Yeah, definitely, it is uncommon, but we have a lot of data-driven and anecdotal evidence to suggest that it is a real need. Also, from our rail yatri experience, we realize that a lot of travelers don't opt for a bus journey simply because of lack of access to a washroom. I would say a lot of challenges literally at every step. There was no design precedence, no manufacturing guidance, etc., available to us. So me and my team literally had to understand everything by jumping right into it. How to dampen the vibrations, how to deal with water conservation, waste disposal, etc. So we went over a lot of iterations of designs and finally came up with something that works reasonably well. For example, there's absolutely no space on the bus. We had to take a critical decision of actually removing 2 seats and installing a toilet in the place. Next, unlike railways, there is no infrastructure along the way for any kind of maintenance or cleanup or refilling of water. We overcame that by working with the pit stop along the highways. We now use them as our maintenance points, so the toilets are clean, the water is refilled on those pit stops. First and foremost is the traveler's safety. So for example, we'll have to make sure that the floor always remains dry, there are enough handlebars to grab onto, there's enough lighting, so on and so forth. Next comes the daily operations. So our bus captain on the bus is actually responsible to go through a long checklist of tasks, such as making sure that the toilet is clean, there's enough water in the tank, they are carrying an air freshener, the exhaust is working so that bad odor is removed in a proper way, so on and so forth again. Another very important aspect is to influence the consumer behavior. This we do by making the right set of announcements, putting up the right instructions at multiple places, and sometimes even imposing penalties for the misuse of toilets. I think people really love the idea of having access to the washroom. We hear so many stories on everyday basis about how women find it so empowering, how elderly people with different diseases like diabetes or kidney related diseases, they can at least imagine taking an 8 to 10 hours long journey. I think it has now become very integral to our brand identity. So quite ironically, the most frequent complaint we get to hear is not having a toilet on board. Basically, there are these routes, particularly hill stations or hilly routes, where due to safety reasons, we are not allowed to install a toilet on board by policy. It makes sense, but sometimes customers are not aware about it and we have to inform them in a right way. Then there are other issues such as, we don't operate the toilet within city limits due to civic reasons. Again, customers' expectations have to be managed, but those are other complaints we get about it.